Hi students, during the last 1.5 months we were discussing on the different type of solutions and the various properties associated with them. Now let us start writing something, because writing only will transfer the learned things from your short memory to the long-term memory. Here are some assignments. You recollect what you have learned and write down the answer in your book. I will give some hints in between for the questions. The first question is, for ethanol-acetone mixture, the solute-solvent interaction is weaker than the solute-solute and solvent-solvent interactions. A. Does this solution obey Raoult's law? Will this obey Raoult's law? Raoult's law will be obeyed only when solute-solute and solvent-solvent interactions are alike. Here it is given, the attraction is weaker, hence it will not obey Raoult's law. In fact, since the attraction is weaker, vapor pressure will be greater and it will show positive deviation. In part B, you are asked to give the vapor pressure mole fraction graph for this solution. Second question is, using Raoult's law, explain how the total vapor pressure of the solution is related to mole fraction of the components. The first mixture given is chloroform plus dichloromethyl. For liquid mixtures, the total vapor pressure is given by the Raoult's law as P will be equal to X1 P01 plus X2 P02. Using that you can calculate. And the second part is a solution of sodium chloride and water. Here sodium chloride is non-volatile, so it will not have a partial vapor pressure. Vapor pressure will be that for water only. Accordingly, the Raoult's law will get modified. Next question is, explain the terms ideal and non-ideal solutions in the light of force of attraction operating between the molecules in the liquid solutions. The force operating is the solute-solute force in the solute, solvent-solvent force in the solvent, and in solution you will have a new force, solute-solvent force. If solute-solute force and the solvent-solvent force are alike, the solution will be ideal. If they are different, it will be non-ideal. Now, why is it not possible to obtain pure ethanol by fractional distillation? You know, ethanol water mixture is a non-ideal solution. So all non-ideal solutions will form an azeotropic mixture at a particular composition, and this azeotropic mixture will distill without getting separated. So you will not be able to get pure ethanol. You will be getting only 95% ethanol. Remaining 5% will be water when you are subjecting it to fractional distillation. The name given for this is azeotropic mixture, and there are two types of azeotropic mixture, one having minimum boiling point, other having maximum boiling point. Then, why is the molar mass determined by measuring a colligative property in case of some solute abnormal? Discuss it with one example. The colligative property become abnormal if the substance undergo dissociation or association. So, on this basis, the molecular mass obtained also will be abnormal. How can you remove the hard calcium carbonate layer of egg without damaging its semi-permeable membrane. You can remove the shell membrane just by putting egg in vinegar solution. Vinegar react with calcium carbonate, so the shell will get removed. Instead of acetic acid, vinegar, you can use other mineral acids also, dilute solutions. Can this egg be inserted into a bottle with a narrow neck without distorting its shape? Explain the process involved. When you put egg in strong sodium chloride solution, sodium chloride hypotonic, so water will move out of the egg and egg will be shrinking in size. This is osmosis. So egg becomes smaller, you can put it in the bottle. When kept in water, raisin swells in size. Name and explain the phenomena involved with a diagram. Give 2 applications. It swells due to process of osmosis. Water will be entering in the raisin. Raisin or applications is studied. This osmosis, the process of osmosis. Because of this process only, plants are able to get water and other things from the soil. Then osmosis is the process behind the desalination of water. Then fruits, vegetables, etc. are preserved by putting it in salt water or in sugar solutions. Then next question is, explain why on addition of 1 mole of sodium chloride to 1 liter water, boiling point of water increases, while on adding 1 mole of methyl alcohol to 1 liter of water decreases its boiling point. Now, sodium chloride is a non-volatile solute. When this is added to water, its vapor pressure will, what happened to the vapor pressure? When sodium chloride is added, sodium chloride is non-volatile, so the vapor pressure decreases. That is what is called lowering of vapor pressure, and so the boiling point will increase. Now, methanol is a volatile liquid, so vapors will contain vapor of methanol as well as vapor of ethyl alcohol. So the total vapor pressure increases, so the boiling point will decrease. Concentration terms such as mass percentage, ppm, mole fraction and molality are independent of temperature. However, molarity is a function of temperature. Any concentration term which uses volume in the calculation will depend upon temperature. If there is no volume part in the calculation, it will be independent of temperature. Next. Explain the following phenomena with the help of Henry's law. Painful condition known as bends. We have seen in detail the scuba divers using mixture of helium, oxygen, etc. in the breathing kit. And this is based on Henry's law. Secondly, feeling of weakness and discomfort in breathing at high altitude. When we go to higher altitude, pressure decreases, so solubility of oxygen decreases in the blood, so we will feel weak. Why soda water bottle kept at room temperature fizzes on opening. When the bottle is opened, pressure decreases, solubility decreases, and dissolved carbon dioxide gas comes out. Why are aquatic species more comfortable in cold water than in warm water? When temperature increases, solubility will decrease. So warm water will contain less amount of oxygen for breathing. 12th, why is the vapor pressure of an aqueous solution of glucose lower than that of water? Here again, just like sodium chloride, glucose also is a non-volatile solute. Dissolution of non-volatile solute lower the vapor pressure because the surface solute molecules will prevent some solvent molecules from escaping to the vapor phase. How does sprinkling of salt help in cleaning the snow-covered roads in hilly areas? Explain the phenomenon involved in the process. Now this again is based on the lowering of freezing point or depression in freezing point by a non-volatile solute. When salt is sprinkled on the rod, melting point of ice decreases and ice will start melting at that temperature, rod will become clean. What is a semi-permeable membrane? It permits only the solvent molecules to pass through. Give an example of a membrane used for making semi-permeable membrane for carrying out reverse process. It is cellulose acetate deposit on a proper support, which will have a higher boiling point, water or salt solution. Why? Show the change by means of a graph. So whenever a solute is dissolved in water, pressure decreases. So water will have a lower boiling point and salt solution will have a higher boiling point. This elevation can be shown by the means of the graph. What is the significance of Henry's law constant Kh? Henry's law constant is a measure of solubility. Higher the Henry's law constant, lower will be the solubility at a given pressure. The observed molar mass of sodium chloride in water is about 29, normally is 58.5, and that of acetic acid in benzene is about 180, normally is 60, justify. In the case of solutes undergoing association or dissociation, molar mass becomes abnormal. We have seen it already. The sodium chloride undergoes dissociation. So, particles number increases. Colligative property increases. So, molar mass decreases because they are inversely proportional. Acetic acid in benzene dimerizes. So, number of molecule decreases. Colligative property decreases. So, molar mass increases. Two liquids A and B are mixed and the resulting solution is found to be cooler. Is the resulting solution ideal? Justify. So, if A and B forms an ideal solution, remember, there will be no change in enthalpy. Solution will not get heated, nor it get cooled. So, the resulting solution is not an ideal solution. Give an example for this type of solution. The solution becomes cool because of breakages of the bonds. For breaking bonds, they take energy from the solution. That is why they are becoming cold. So one example is, all solutions which show positive deviation are examples. Ethanol plus water will form an example. Draw the vapor pressure composition curve for the above type of solution. You can draw the vapor pressure curve for solution showing positive deviation. The partial vapor pressure of a volatile component present in a solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the component at a given temperature. Name the law and give its mathematical expression. This law is nothing but the Raoult's law. You can give the mathematical expression for it. Next one. Why is it advised to add ethylene glycol to water in a car radiator while driving in hill stations? Now, in hill stations like Molar and all, in the month of October, November and all, temperature will be around 0. So if you are using water, you will get frozen in the radiator. To avoid that, you add ethylene glycol, which is called as anti-freeze. That will lower the melting point and prevent water from freezing in the radiator. Then, two liquids A and B are mixed and the resulting solution is found to be hotter. How do you conclude about the deviation from ideal behavior. Liquid becomes hotter because of new bond formation, which release energy. New bond formation is in the case of solutions showing negative deviation from Raoult's law. Raoult's law is a special case of Henry's law. Comment on the statement by stating and explaining the above two laws. Remember, you have to state the two laws, compare and give the justification. Then, ethanol water mixture belongs to which type of azeotrope? Maximum boiling or minimum boiling? Give reason to your answer. This case we have just now seen. Ethanol water shows positive deviation from Raoult's law. So the vapor pressure will be higher. So the boiling point will be lower. So it forms minimum boiling azeotrope. Movement of solvent molecules through semi-permeable membrane per pure solvent to solution side is osmosis. Now, what are the following? Isotonic solution, same vapor, same osmotic pressure. Then hypertonic solution having higher osmotic pressure. Solution having lower osmotic pressure is called hypotonic solution. Many countries use desalination plants to meet their potable water requirements. Comment on the principle behind it. This reverse osmosis. Apply pressure greater than osmotic pressure on the seawater side. Define, giving the mathematical expression, a unit of concentration that does not change with the change in temperature, then change with the change in temperature. You have seen the first question itself. Some concentration terms depend on temperature, some will not depend. Which will be depending? Those concentration terms having volume in the calculation. So in this question, you have to write the expression or the equation for calculation also. Simple naming is not enough. So, prepare answer for these questions, and in case of any doubt, you can contact us. അപ്പോൾ എഴുതിയാൽ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങളെ പഠനത്തിനത് ഉപയോഗപ്രദമാവുള്ളൂ. എഴുതി പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ ആൻസർ മാത്രം പഠിച്ചാൽ പോരാ. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ചോദ്യം വരുമ്പോൾ അതിന് ഏത് തരത്തിലാണ് ആൻസർ എഴുതേണ്ടത് എന്നത് കൂടി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തരവായിരിക്കണം. എങ്കിലേ മാർക്ക് സ്കോർ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയും. അതായത് വാരി വലിച്ച് എഴുതിയതുകൊണ്ടൊന്നും മാർക്ക് കിട്ടും വിചാരിക്കണ്ട. So answer to the point. So first you have to understand what is expected from the question. So read the question carefully and find out what is asked for and write the answers. Okay. Thank you.